Hello, and welcome to the Follow the Moon Challenge. My name is Allison. I will be your host on this journey with the moon. Every day, there will be a video uploaded to YouTube that will help you connect to the moon energy and the zodiac sign that the moon is currently in for the day. This will help you get familiar with that energy and to see how you kind of react to it, respond to it, or connect to it. Follow along in the Just a Phase Moon Planner and be sure that you're tracking your mood and your mood tracker for the month. Or just a regular journal will do. Every video will list the moonrise time in Eastern Standard Time, and it will also list the meridian time, which is when the moon should be directly overhead in the sky, so that you can make a point to try to go outside and see if you can spot the moon and connect to its energy. I'm so excited to go down this moon rabbit hole with you. Thanks for following along on this journey. Be sure to like the video every day. Make sure that you're subscribed with the notification bell so that you get notified every time we upload our new videos. Thanks for hanging out with me in Wonderland today. I hope you enjoy today's video. Welcome to day 5 of the Follow the Moon Challenge. Today we have a Waxing Crescent Aries Moon, or we moved from water to fire last night. The moon will rise at 9:39 a.m. in the morning. So this means it'll be directly overhead in the late afternoon, around 4:03 p.m. So this is usually when we start to see the moon in the sky. Usually like on your drive home from work in the early evening is usually when we can start to see it, when it's kind of that like twilight after the sun has set, still kind of light in the sky. And then the moon will set at 10:37 p.m. So we're seeing it in the sky in the evening longer. We are still in the waxing crescent moon phase, but we're really getting close to the first quarter. This is why we're able to see it in the sky better and clearer, because the positioning of the moon is making it illuminate almost half full. So you might feel that your energy is increasing throughout the week. This also means that the moon's light is increasing in the sky, as well as rising later and later in the day. Aries season is March 20th through April 19th. So this is when the earth, the plants, everything is sprouting and growing and green, and you'll start to see vibrant colors of the flowers that are blooming. So this Aries energy is a time to be starting things. Because the energy is increasing, you might finally feel motivated and inspired to get started on your new moon intentions. And what better way to connect to fire energy than with fire? What do you think of when you think of fire? It's warm, it's spicy, it's active, it's activating and motivating and inspiring. Think of that spark of inspiration that fires you up and gets you excited about something. March 21st is the first day of spring, so this makes Aries a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs are the first zodiac sign of a seasonal season, in this case spring. Normally I associate reds, like very deep fiery reds, with the Aries zodiac sign, but I also associate this like very like almost neon light green, because that is how the color of like the little tiny baby sproutlings that are poking up through the ground at the beginning of spring. I like this imagery of the little baby sproutlings because the Aries energy is that first burst of energy of spring where the seeds have burst through the ground, the buds are starting to pop open, and it takes so much energy to burst through the ground. Think of all that like darkness and that depth that seeds have to go through to germinate underground. But then they have this huge burst of energy that actually pushes them up out of the ground and into the sunlight so that they can start to absorb more energy because they've used up all of their nutrients that was within their seed. And now they have to start growing roots that will absorb energy from the soil, nutrients from the soil, and then they also have to sprout leaves to begin absorbing energy from the sun. So we think of this Aries energy as like go, 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 fire, like burn through things. But the thing that you have to be careful with Aries energy is that especially Aries people or any of the other fire signs, to be careful to not burn out. Those delicate little sproutlings that have their brand new baby leaves and their tiny, tiny, tiny root, they're delicate and you have to take care of them. You have to nurture them. You have to replenish them. Otherwise, they're not going to survive. So they have to be in like the perfect condition, the perfect soil, the perfect amount of sunlight, and Aries and fire people have to figure out what that is for them. What is it that keeps your engine running? What is it that keeps your energy up and going? So Aries energy is a lesson about activating and starting things, but it's also how do we sustain that energy? How do we maintain it so that we can continue to grow and not burn out? Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is the planet of action. It's also how we fight and argue. So maybe taking a look at how you take action by looking at your Mars placement will help you understand how to activate your inner Aries energy. Aries rules the first house of the zodiac because it's the first zodiac sign in the zodiac year. So this is spring, but this is also identity. It's how you initiate things, how you start things. It's your sense of self and your identity. So your rising sign is here, and that is why we always tell you to look at your rising sign as well as your sun and moon sign, because those big three are very much a big part of who you are. Also look at what house Aries is in your birth chart, and that will kind of help you understand how you might be able to connect to Aries energy. For example, my Aries rules the second house. I don't have any planets in Aries, but it's still my second house ruler. And I've discovered recently that I burn through money very quickly. Like, I've always been a hard worker. I've always had steady income, but I never have an accumulation of wealth. And I'm interested in exploring this to see how I can tap into this Aries money to have it be abundant instead of like burning away. So the keyword charts on your birth chart page in the planner is designed to help you just kind of unlock basic correspondences with all of the different signs and all of the houses. When the moon is transversing through either a part of your chart, like for example today you're looking at Aries, but we also look at the Mars association and the first house association, because Aries, Mars, and the first house are all connected. So these play a huge role in how you initiate things, how you start things. By looking at these placements, you're able to see how you take action and how you might want to approach your goals. So obviously the easiest way to connect to Aries and fire energy is through fire itself. However, you can also use just the color red or any color that you feel like connects you to Aries or fire energy. Crystals to work with are carnelian and fire agate. Wearing reds or decorating with reds colors do have an effect on our psychosis. So connect to Aries and fire energy any way that you can. Personally, for me, I do have a lot of fire energy, so a lot of times I need to balance out that fire energy with the other elements, such as earth or water. So water is going to be calming, soothing, and cleansing, and it also helps you get into the flow, and versus having too much fire energy is, kind of running all over the place without any direction. So tapping into water energy is very calming and soothing and helps slow you down a little bit. Earth energy is even better at slowing things down because it will kind of ground and root you in place. Personally, I know that I shouldn't have caffeine on Aries days because my chart has a lot of Leo and Sagittarius already in it. So if I have caffeine, I'm trying to juggle a million things all at once. So I've learned to just not have caffeine, or at least not have coffee. I might have a cup of tea that has a little bit of caffeine in it, just because I've learned my lesson and I tracked it in my mood tracker. I also like to do cardio on Aries days. This is really good if you have excess fire energy that you need to burn off, or if you're feeling a little slow moving. Getting physically active and getting your heart and your blood pumping is a really good way to help ignite and activate fire energy. Let me know in the comments how you associate with fire energy and what you're doing to incorporate fire or Aries into your day. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to move forward with something today. Get started, ignite something. This is your permission slip to get started. Get moving on something today and tomorrow, because the moon will not move into Taurus until later in the afternoon or early evening. So all day today and all day tomorrow is your Aries fire motivation inspiration day. So congratulations on surviving day 5 of the Follow the Moon challenge. Tomorrow we will talk more about fire energy and have an exercise that will help you specifically connect to fire energy even when it feels like you have no motivation and no spark within. So thanks so much for being here. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again tomorrow for day 6.